morning, students. Today our lecture is of risk management. Okay, in this lecture we are going to see what is ERM. Okay, after that we are going to see the COSO ERM framework. In the last lectures we have seen the framework, what is meant by framework, what is actually the framework is we have seen in details, because we have the very important framework, that is COSO ERM framework, and we have seen the framework in detail. Today we are going to see the COSO ERM framework. So let's start. Before starting with the COSO ERM framework, we will see what is ERM. ERM means Enterprise Risk Management. Just look at the screen. Enterprise risk management is a process for identifying, analyzing, and managing risk across the entire enterprise. What is meant by enterprise risk management? So we have seen the risk management process in details. It is very similar to that only. Enterprise risk management process is a process where we identify the risk, that means which type of the risk is there or our organization is going to face, and how to manage that risk. For that we analyze the risk, and after analyzing the risk we will try to manage the risk. It is for the entire enterprise, not for a single department, not for a single division, but it is for the entire enterprise. Okay. The second point is enterprise risk management defines risk and risk management and provides key principles and concepts, a common language, and other elements of comprehensive risk management framework. Enterprise risk management defines how to manage the risk management process, the overall process of the risk management, the key principles of managing the risk, what are the key concepts of risk management, what exactly the framework is, how we will manage the risk, the overall framework, the overall process means ERM, that is enterprise risk management. The third point is enterprise risk management provides criteria for companies used in determining whether their risk management is effective, and if not, what is needed to make it so. What exactly the enterprise risk management is going to do? It is going to tell the company whether their risk management process is very effective, is proper or not, and if it is not, it will tell how to make it proper. That means ERM is going to tell us or give us the complete idea or picture framework for managing the risk, the overall procedure for managing the risk. It is about enterprise risk management. It is defined as enterprise risk management is a process effected by an entity's board of directors. Who is going to do this enterprise risk management? The board of directors are going to do, and the management and other personnel applied in strategy setting and across the enterprise. It is designed to identify potential events that may affect the entity and manage risk to be within its risk appetite to provide reasonable assurance regarding the achievement of entity's objective. Enterprise risk management is a process where the board of directors and the management and the other personnel are going to set a particular strategy. They are going to identify the events which are going to be occurred in the future. That means the event may be positive, it may be negative. We have to first identify the events which are going to be occurred in the near future, and accordingly we have to see whether they are positive or negative. That means whether they are opportunities for us or they are threats for us. Okay. And after identifying the events which are going to occur in the near future, we have to set a particular process for managing the risk which arises because of those events. Okay. And the management process should be within our risk appetite. Risk appetite is a situation or a level which the organization is ready to accept. Risk appetite we have seen in the details in the last lectures. That means whether we are ready to accept that particular level of risk or not. If we are accepting that particular level of risk, it means that it is in a risk appetite. So the risk, the type of the risk which is going to be occurred in the future should be managed in accordance with the risk appetite of that organization. Okay, and we have to frame the process in such a way that we should be able to achieve our objectives, that is organizational objectives. It was all about the enterprise risk management, that is ERM. The enterprise risk management process includes the first one, identification of potential events that may impact our objectives. We have to first identify, the very first step is to identify the potential events, that is the occurrence of the events, may be negative, may be positive, which are going to affect the achievement of our organizational objectives. So we first have to identify those events, and after that, assessment of risk and a determination of an appropriate response. We have to assess the risk. In that, we have to see the likelihood and the impact of a particular risk which is going to occur in the near future, and on the basis of the likelihood and impact, we have to give a response to that particular risk. So we have to assess the overall process, whether the likelihood is high or whether the impact is high, or whether the likelihood and impact both are low. We have to assess that, and accordingly we have to select an appropriate response for that risk. It was the second step. After that, consideration of risk in the formulation of a strategy. We have to frame a strategy or formulate a strategy accordingly. Means we have to see the type of the risk which is going to occur. We have to see the events which are going to occur, and accordingly we should frame our strategy or formulate our strategy or create our strategy. After that, the application across the entity takes a portfolio view of risk. We have to see the strategy which we have framed is going to applicable properly in our organization. The overall portfolio which is given, which is set for the risk management, is it properly applicable to that or not? The process we have framed should be properly applicable to the overall enterprise, that is our organization. After that, risk management within an entity's risk appetite. We have already seen that the process of the risk management or the type of the risk which we are going to accept should be within the risk appetite of the organization. The process of the risk management should be within the risk appetite of the organization, because if we are not, our organization is not ready to accept a particular risk, then how we will manage that risk? Sure, the process of risk management should be within the entity's risk appetite. Okay, the last step is monitoring the performance of ERM. Whatever the steps we have taken, we have to monitor on the regular basis. We have to check, we have to evaluate the process at each and every stage regularly, continuously, so that if there is any lacuna at any stage, we have to correct that lacunas and go forward. It is a continuous process. We have to continuously monitor, check, evaluate the overall process, overall stages. These are the some points, or the process of risk management include this specific stages, that is identification, after that assessment, after that consideration of risk, application, risk management within the risk appetite, and the last one is monitoring the performance of the ERM. Okay, it was all about the enterprise risk management. Now we are going to see the COSO ERM framework. See, COSO ERM framework is a multi-dimensional matrix, we can say, in the form of a queue. Okay, the COSO ERM approach suggests that enterprise risk management is not strictly a serial process. That means it is not going to affect only the next, but it is a it is considered as a multi-directional or the iterative process in which almost any component can and have influence or can impact on any or all the other components of that. It is not a single directional process, it is a multi-directional. Any component can affect or influence any other components or the all other components of the cube. Okay, just look at the screen. It is a three-dimensional or multi-directional cube, that is COSO ERM framework. And COSO ERM framework is a framework which is accepted almost everywhere by every organization. In that, there are four objectives. The objectives are categorized into four types. First one strategic, second one operational, third one reporting, and the fourth one compliance. Okay, the first one is strategic objectives. What is meant by strategic objectives? Strategic objectives includes the goals, vision, mission of the entity. These are the top level objectives. These are set by the top level authorities. These are the vision and mission of the organization. Vision and mission comes under the strategic objectives. These are the high level goals. Okay. After that, there comes second one, operations. It is related to efficiency, performance, and profitability. It is related operations objectives, or the objectives under operations are, that is the efficiency and the effectiveness of all the resources, that is material, labor, and all the other resources which we are using should be optimally used, should be efficiently used in a process. It is a operational objective, that is the operations which we are going to conduct or which we are going to carry on should be effective and should be efficient, that is minimum cost and maximum output or maximum profit or maximum benefit. These are our operational objectives, the second category of objectives. Okay, after that, the third category of objective is reporting. Reporting is related to internal and external reporting. In that, we can see that the whatever the risk register is maintained, whatever the information is communicated should be reliable, should be accurate, and should be complete. Means one can rely on that reporting, on those reports which we have maintained. It is about the reporting objectives, and anyone can get the information very easily from that reporting. It is a reporting objectives. The fourth one is compliance, and in the compliance there comes the related to compliance with laws and regulations. It means we have to comply with the applicable rules, laws, regulations. It includes the taxation, or we can say the environmental protection of environment. After that, it includes the welfare of the employees. These all are the laws and regulations comes under the compliance objective. These are the four categories of objectives which comes under the ERM framework of COSO. Okay. After that, ERM COSO ERM framework is consist of the 8 components. Okay. These components are, the first one is internal environment. Now, what is meant by internal environment? What comes under internal environment? Internal environment includes risk management philosophy. That means the philosophy of the organization towards risk, the attitude of the organization towards risk, how the organization's attitude towards the risk is. It comes under the internal environment, that is risk management philosophy. After that, internal environment also includes the risk appetite, that is the level of the risk which is accepted by the organization, or the organization is ready to accept a particular level of risk. It is risk appetite. It is also an internal environment. After that, the board of directors. If the board of directors are very efficient, active, and are taking very correct decisions, it also comes under the internal environment. How the internal environment of the organization is very important, and on the basis of that, the process of the risk management depends. So internal environment includes risk management philosophy, board of directors, risk appetite, ethical values of the organization, and the organization structure, that is the planning or the executive committee, and the control and the monitoring. How is the structure of the organization is, it also comes under the internal environment. After that, the assignment of responsibilities and authority, it is also comes under the internal environment, means the overall environment of the organization, internal. It includes everything, that is the structure, people, board of directors, risk, authority and responsibilities, and also the risk management philosophy and the appetite, risk appetite of the organization. It comes under internal environment. After that, the second component of the COSO framework is objective setting. Okay, in that objective setting, ERM requires that all the employees of the organization should know the objectives of the organization as it is related to their individual working. If the employees are very clear about the objectives, then they will work accordingly. So the objective must be very clear to all, and we have already seen the 4 types of the objectives of the COSO ERM framework, that is the strategic, and the second one is operational, third one is reporting, and the fourth one is compliance. These 4 objectives must be achieved by the organization smoothly. The process of risk management should be accordingly, so that we can achieve all those 4 categories objectives in a smooth way. It was about the objective setting. We should set the objectives in that 4 categories. The strategic objective is the high level objective, and the other 3, that is the operational, reporting, and the compliance, are the activity objectives. Okay, after that, there comes the event identification. In event identification, we have to identify the potential events which are going to occur in the near future in our organization, in our working process, or in our operations. Those events may be positive, may be negative. If it is positive, that means they are opportunities for us, and if it is negative, they are threats for us, and accordingly we have to give response towards that risk. So we have to identify the events. Okay, in that there are 2 factors, that is internal factors, that is internal events, and the external factors. Now internal factors, in event identification, what internal factors includes? Internal factors includes the personnel working in the organization, and the process which the organization is using, and third, the infrastructure of the organization. This comes under the internal events. And the external factors are economic factors, environment, socio-economic, political environment. This comes under the external factors, and also the technology also comes under the external factors. Okay, so we have to identify the events which are going to occur, and after that, the next one is risk assessment. We have to assess the risk, that means we have to check the likelihood and the impact of that particular event on our organization. Okay, likelihood means the occurrence of a particular event, the frequency of occurrence of a particular event, and impact means the consequences of that particular event on our organization. whether it is going to make us suffer a lot, or whether it is an opportunity for us, whether we will be in benefit by taking that risk. We have to check that in risk assessment, the likelihood and the impact, that is magnitude. It comes under the risk assessment. After that, risk response. We have already seen the risk response in details. Risk response means after assessing the risk, the likelihood and the magnitude of the risk, we are going to give response towards that risk. Either we will terminate the risk. If the magnitude and the likelihood both are very high, we will try to terminate that particular risk. Okay, terminate is also called as avoid. We will try to avoid such events. We will try to avoid such activities which are going to give us loss only, or which are hazardous in nature. So we will try to avoid that, or we will try to terminate those activities. Okay, and the second response was that treat. If it is in a risk appetite, we will try to treat the risk. That means we are going to uh, take efforts or make process or steps so that it should be in a tolerable level, and we will try to treat that risk. And the next response was tolerate. If the risk is having low magnitude and the low likelihood, we will tolerate it. And if the risk is going if we want to share the risk, we can transfer the risk to the insurance companies. We have seen in details in the last lectures the risk response. Okay, that is treat, transfer, tolerate and terminate. So we have, next point was that we have to give a response towards the risk in any four of the following, that is treat, terminate, transfer and tolerate. After that comes the next point is control activities. The next component is control activities. Now in control activities, we have to see the policies and the procedures to ensure that the risk response are carried out properly. We have to check the completeness and the correctness and the accuracy of all the activities which we have taken in the risk management process. It includes the result analysis also. It includes the monitoring progress also. We have to monitor all overall whatever the activities we have conducted, we have carried on, should be properly checked, whether they are complete, whether they are accurate, whether they are proper. It comes under the control activities. Okay, after that the next one is information and communication. See, it is very important that whatever, see, actually the information is required or is needed at all the levels of the organization. So whatever information we are giving is properly communicated on time to the right person in an effective manner is a very key requirement. That is, the proper information should be communicated to the right person at the right time. It is very necessary. And whatever the information is communicated should be accurate and should be proper. Means the data which is shared or communicated should be accurate. It comes under the information and communication. And the last one is monitoring. Monitoring means to ensure that the overall process is properly conducted or not. Is there any lacunas? If there is any lacunas, we have to clear that lacunas, we have to solve that, and we have to again continue that process. We have to check each and every stage continuously, and it is an ongoing process. And we auditing comes under the monitoring. We have to audit and monitor the weaknesses at any stage and try to reframe that lacunas or weaknesses, try to correct that weaknesses and continue the process as on. It comes under the monitoring. monitoring ensures that the components of the ERM are properly working at each level or not. These are the 8 components of COSO ERM framework, and there are 4 objectives of COSO ERM framework, and these are all carried on at the entity level, at the subsidiary level, at the business unit level, and at the divisional level. It was all about the COSO ERM framework, and COSO ERM framework is very important and is applicable or is used by so many organizations all over the world. It was all about the COSO ERM framework and the ER. The next part we will see in the next lectures. Thank you.